Sad night. As you guys are well aware, for the last 3 days we've been working a kidnapping that we had actually seen on a closed circuit TV. Tonight our worst fears have been confirmed. We found the 4 people from the kidnapping, and they are in fact deceased. We are still working. We've got crime labs coming in from Department of Justice, and we're going to be most of the night processing the scene. There's no words right now to describe the anger I feel and the senselessness of this incident. I said it earlier, there's a special place in hell for this guy, and I mean it. What we're going to deal with tonight is bad, and we're going to be out here all night having to deal with it. So, give you that much. The family has been notified. We've made arrangements through other contacts to try and get them the spiritual guidance through this, and we're hoping that they can now at least have some kind of closure to what's going on. It's not the closure we were hoping for. It's not the closure they were hoping for. But as we progress through the night, we don't know all the facts yet at the scene. I can tell you that I have been near the scene to have seen, and we will be processing. It's going to be very methodical, and if we get any different news regarding this, we'll be sure to let you know. But at this point, right now, that's what we're working, and it sucks on many levels.
Buenos Dias, Gunners Collective. Back at it, you already know. Like a motherfucking smack addict. As you can tell, I didn't sing my theme song today because this is not a laughing matter. This is serious stuff. This is serious business. In a Menudo style, in a direct fashion, man, as you can tell by that thumbnail and that clip you just seen, the shit got serious, huh? The shit done went sideways. First and foremost, before we say anything, man, condolences to the family. And, you know, there's nothing really more to be said on that point other than I hope the family, and I know they're in mourning, man, many blessings, you know. I know my blessings probably don't count for shit, but at the same time, homes, I'm going to take the initiative to put it out there and to be the voice of the raza when I say, homes, we stand with the community. Now, one thing I will say is this, homes. A lot of people have been asking me, because I'm from Merced, hey, Gun, what do you think about this situation? And I touched on it, man. You know, while the familia was missing, the kidnapped family was missing, you know, I put my 2 cents in to definitely help and assist in finding this family. You know, of course, it didn't turn out the way that I was expecting or the way that anybody was expecting. And it was pretty ugly, right? So for those of you that don't know, you know, this family that was kidnapped from Merced were found. Now, there's a lot of different stories going around, and we're going to elaborate and touch on those right now. We're going to talk about it. But that individual on that thumbnail, not me. So I'm looking smooth, like a smooth criminal, right? Orale, Michael. Pero not with weird charges, right? And then that family, of course, you know, just a regular family. Then you got that demon on the other side, homes. El Diablo himself. This character that is a very unbecoming person, you know, to kill a woman and a kid, man, for no other reason than you can. Action speaks a million words, right? Not 1,000, a million words. This individual right here is different. He's cut from a different cloth. You know, people think when they're living that gangster lifestyle or any lifestyle, that gang lifestyle, that automatically, homes, you got to be about that shit. Man, I'll kill anyone. I just don't give a fuck. On their old dog shit, right? But there has to be some type of morals, values instilled in you. There has to be one linea, home, that needs to be drawn in the line drawn in the sand. And when you're living that gangster lifestyle or any lifestyle, homes, when you're in the mix, right? That one unspoken rule that everyone knows is no children. Children are off limits. You know, I won't necessarily say women, men, and I hate to say it because, you know, women are some of them cannot defend themselves against certain individuals, certain men. You know, they don't have the strength to do it. But there are a lot of strong women that do. Shit, I've seen women beat the shit out of dudes, right? Just get your bitch ass over here, man. Why you always fucking with me? Shut your bitch ass up. Make me some fucking eggs. That's it. Damn, I feel like I'm the bitch in this relationship. You are. All right. At least you said it. Feel me over there and let it, right? So I've seen a lot of different things where women are strong women. You know, I consider a strong woman a woman that takes care of her children by herself when her old man leaves her because he's on his gang shit. You know, as so many do. Or where they get incarcerated, man, and she has to fend for herself, and every single homeboy's trying to get the pussy home, but nope, she's holding it down for you, homes. She's putting money on your books. She's putting money on the phone, you know what I mean? So you can call every week. You know, she's out there working, paying her rent, homes. She's struggling. She's striving, homes. She's off that motherfucking EBT. But at the same time, homes, she's standing strong. Now, that's a strong woman. That's what I consider a strong woman. You know, I can't call it. But in this case, you know, this gentleman decided, and I'm not even going to call him a gentleman. I shouldn't even say that. I'm just baboso, right? I said baboso. I said it. Decided that he was going to, you know, kidnap this family for whatever his reasoning may be and, you know, kill them. Now, they did find the family out on the country roads, right off Hutchinson. I've been there a million times. Deceased. And according to, you know, whoever found them, and it was a horrific scene. Meaning there's probably a lot of sangre, just things that no one should ever see. You know, the cold callousness of the way the guy did this. You know, I dropped a video a few days ago and it showed the actual kidnapping taking place. It showed this father of this child as well as his brother being zip tied and then led to their demise. Placed in a truck and led to their demise. 6 minutes later, this individual came back for the woman and child. Why? He could have just left. He handled his business. He was done. Point taken. You know, you left this child fatherless. Now he had to go back and leave this child motherless. And that's exactly the point that he made. For those of you that don't see this, you know, this child was left to fend for itself and succumb to the elements, right? A horrible death. That was the whole gist of it. I will take your mother and father and leave you to suffer without your parents. That was a point he was trying to get across. Okay, either that or he just couldn't bring himself to shooting a kid and decided that for another reason he should get on down the road. And instead of taking the kid and dropping the kid off at a local hospital or a church or whatever the case may be, says be a stork, bitch, right? He decided to just leave the kid out there. Imagine that. You know, it's unimaginable. Now, this man was a coward. He was a coward because he placed his hands on a child he shouldn't have. No man has the right to place their hands on any child, especially one that's not his. Period. Now that's real gang shit, right? You know, as people get older, we don't realize, you know, when we're out there busting, Saskia, okay, I get you, Holmes. You already know that's somebody's child. They have a mother and a father that love them very much. Or maybe in some cases, maybe they don't. Still, that's someone's child, right? We don't see it that way. But when you, in retrospect, when you think back, you're like, fuck, I can't believe I socked that dude's whole fucking mascot off. I wonder how his mom feels about that situation. You know? Shit, I've known moms that'd be like, you better go out there and fight, you son of a bitch, right? Hold on, mom, did you just call yourself a bitch? Yes, I did. What a camera bitch. You know, so it's crazy, but, you know, in this situation, the cold callousness of this guy is unmatched, right? Ruthless individual, but also a coward at the same time. You know, now I'm not here to point any fingers in anybody's direction. That's not what I does, cuz you already know how it is. But at the same time, man, if the proof is, if the fucking jacket is there, homes, put it on and wear it. That's it. Don't act like it ain't cold outside, right? Real talk. This guy, according to some stories, actually worked for these people, was one of their trucking people, you know, delivery driver or whatever the case may be, and had a falling out with his employers. Now, that's called a disgruntled employee. You know, there's been many situations where I've often been working at a job, that's all he knows, he gets fired, and Sasuke, he goes home and he takes himself out because, you know, he feels like his whole life is crumbling around him. Instead of getting on that motherfucking phone, hey, Sasuke, you guys hiring over here? Well, I used to work for these motherfucking Indians, but they said, fuck that. They found out I was taking the honey buns in the morning with a little extra coffee. Yeah, they kicked my ass on down the road. It's all good, Holmes. Yeah. So what do I got to do? Do I have to wear a funny hat over there? One of those crowns on the commercial? No. Okay, I'll be there later. Hey, mija, guess what? I got a holiday. You did? Damn, that was quick. Yeah. They hired my ass at Burger King. I'm good. I'm going to have it my way, right? Anything is better than nothing. But it seems the main story that's going around is this guy actually worked for these people, and he did the disgruntled employee. You know, they had a falling out. They let him go. They fired him. And a couple weeks later, he comes back, guns blazing, right? Zip tying up. And he must obviously felt some type of way. Nothing was taken from the scene, according to what, you know, the officers are aware of. You know, the investigation is going to be ongoing because they need to take an in-depth look. There could be way more behind the scenes. Now, I've heard other theories, other stories that this guy actually worked for a certain group and that these people were corrupt and they worked for a certain group. And people are quick to, like I said, drama sells. It's always about drama. People are quick to throw people under the bus and throw some dirt on their name. Like, oh, well, they burned these people. That's why this happened to them. Let me tell you something, bro. Right? That's what you go. There you go, telling me no again. You go assuming. You know, assumptions, Holmes. Curiosity killed the cat. That's it. When you go assuming that people are a certain way just because it makes the story more juicier, you know what I mean? Your milkshake brings all the boys to the yard. Nah, Holmes, fuck all that. Okay? Put some respect on these people's names. Have a heart. You know? All that trying to look cool and be cool and I just don't give a fuck, Holmes. I'm on my shit, right? Woo, 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 yeah. It's going to be your demise in life. Whether it be at the hands of another gang member or a real one, Holmes, that ain't playing with your shit. Or it's going to be something in everyday life. You know, you're going to find your ass locked up. Man, this sucks. Nah, remember you're hardcore. You just don't give a fuck. Well, now just don't give a fuck in the shoe forever. Man, but I do give a fuck. It's too late, Holmes. Well, we don't now, right? Bam. But I just want to go home. There's no place like home. It's called Pelican Bay. I said, vámonos. I'm telling you, people always come up with these theories. Now, I'm not going to point no fingers or say that they're wrong. They could possibly be right. And if that's the case, Holmes, what do you look like on social media spreading that propaganda or throwing it out there? For those of you that know what I'm talking about, they're saying that this family was affiliated with a certain organization and that shit went south, shit went bad, and that this guy was a hitter, right? From who I've spoken to, I've talked to a few people in Merced, Holmes, a few people in Livingston that I know that are in the Sikh community, the Punjabi community, and they said this was furthest from the truth. This family was a good family, just a righteous family trying to make it, right? Now, I don't know them like that, but I know the feeling of having a family, you know, caring about your loved ones and seeing your loved ones get got. Now, in situations like this, as a community, Holmes, we have to pull together because it's a tragedy. You know, it becomes more of a tragedy when a kid's involved, when an innocent child's involved that couldn't defend itself. To be left to its demise in the elements, right? That shows how fucking cold and callous this guy was. The smirk and the smile in his fucking picture when he got incarcerated. Because he's booked now in the Merced County Jail. Of course, he got out of the hospital. For those of you that don't know, when they went to apprehend this individual, he did try to commit suicide, and they snatched him up. You ain't going nowhere, Holmes. He's now booked in Merced County Jail on 4 counts of kidnapping, 4 counts of first-degree murder. He's done. Stick a fork in him. And I want to say gracias to the new media outlets. This did make world news. This did, get its just due. It got put out there. You know, I don't know if that, and people are like, hey, Gun, you did that. Nah, I didn't do shit, bro. I'm another voice in the wind, Holmes. My voice is not heard, but I'm hoping it's felt, right? Shout out to CNN for doing that. They did that. You know, they actually put it out there, and it's a big thing. You know, I know in the Central Valley, a lot of people overlook the Valle, Holmes. Valleros, you know how we get down. It doesn't matter from the San Fernando Valle on back, Holmes. We've always been looked at as not city guys, right? Always a little bit different. You know what I mean? But at the same time, Valleros are with it, Holmes. So we don't get our fucking respect. They should put it on our names. And that goes from north and south. So, the Central Valley is a small area, Holmes, a rural area. So we're overlooked, man. But when something this heinous happens to a family, man, people should shed light on it. You know, to bring awareness, if anything. You know, to show how ruthless and cunning this world can become. This world has become and can be. It's an unfortunate thing. Anyway, so as far as the community goes, people are rocking and reeling. They're feeling the effects of this. But time will pass, and people will get over. We'll get over it. You know, we'll never truly know the true story behind the method of this guy's madness. You know, if it was all over just getting fired, Holmes, he's as poop butt can get, with a capital poop, right? Because there's other ways to handle this. Hey, if you fucking felt some type of way, go over there and beat the shit out of the uncle and the dad. Put hands on them, missy. Major hands, paws, mitts, all that. Oven mitts. You know, Crazy Nick? Put oven mitts on that motherfucker. Only don't miss when you swing, right? There's a lot of things this man could have done rather than hog tie him and take him out in the country and execute him. Because that's pretty much what he did, man. You know, a lot of people touched on this story, but I don't think anybody from the area that knows the layout, man, touched on it. I myself am from Merced County. Grew up my whole life. You know the wiggleization, Holmes. You know, have done my dirt, my share of dirt. You know, was caught up in a murder case myself, Holmes. So I know the situations, and I know that it's never a good thing, Holmes, but that shit does happen. But when children are involved, when there's definitely a kid involved, you have to have some morals about yourself, some type of fucking professionalism and dignity. You know, I don't care if I'm fucking going in a place, I'm laying, everybody get down, I'm struggling, do you understand? They didn't give me my fucking stamps this month, so I'm hungry. You know what I mean? Oh shit, there's a kid here. Come here, mijo. You know what I mean? Where'd I put this little motherfucker at? Sasuke, you got a crib over here? Yeah, I'm gonna kill you, bitch, don't you? Boom, right to the crib. I'm back. Again, I'm fucking hungry. Make me a sandwich, piruja, right? There's other ways to do things, but never involve children. You know, the people that do involve children in their crimes, whether it be child endangerment, anything. It could be, you know, a domestic violence homes where the kid was involved, or the kid just seen it, heard the yelling or whatever. And next thing you know, you're getting fucked by Leroy in Folsom Prison, right? People don't appreciate anything that has a child on your paperwork. This guy is done. People ask me questions. Hey, Gun, what do you think is going to happen to this guy? Where do you think he's going to go? The main line? Fuck no. Are you kidding me? Killing a kid? Because essentially he did not shoot the kid per se, but he did kidnap this child and leave this kid to suffer from the elements. You know, that's just as bad, if not worse. He's done. Stick a fork in him. If this man is convicted, if he's truly convicted and he is the culprit of these crimes, which I'm pretty sure at this point, man, everybody knows, he's done dealio. He's standing most unknown, living in the gangster's paradise. He's done as Coolio is. Rest in peace, Coolio. You know what I mean? At least you didn't do shit like this. He's done, bro. Stick the fork in him. If he was to ever hit a general population yard, he would get manhandled. Literally, right? They'll put him in an SMY yard, try to keep him segregated, maybe even a protective housing unit because of how notorious his crimes are. Do you understand that these fucking weirdos get catered to, bro? I fucking hate it, right? I've always hated it. It seems the more notorious the crime, the more wicked these people are, they get protected, homes. But Savaskia motherfuckers are really in there are weaklings. There's people that are, you know, people are cut from different cloths. There's vatos in there, Freo as a garbage pail kid, right? Can't really do shit, can't do too much. And, you know, they're going to get advantage taken of them just because they got victim all over their face. And they do. They get victimized. They get punked for their shit and everything, homes. And I remember I used to be like, the poor dude can't even fucking protect himself. You know what I mean? But that's just the way it is. Some things will never change. Orale, right? But then you got big old fucking, which way do I go? Which way do I go? This big old baboso looking like Snuffleupagus, right? Oh, they're going to fucking, hey, sir, do you want Grey Poupon with that? He's going to be well protected and taken care of, man, for the rest of his days. I hope that this fucking deviant character, this weirdo Holmes, you know, gets the harshest sentence he could get. You know, I hope that maybe, you know, for some reason, none other than fucking they can, he does stumble onto GP and something stumbles into him, right? Some of a metal fashion. But one never knows, does one? You know, all we can do is sit back, Holmes, and pray for the family, hope for the best in the community, and, you know, it is what it is. You know, I brought it to you the other day, and I'm bringing it to you again. This is the aftermath of the Merced kidnapping, man. a very unfortunate business, but something that's happened. And all we can say is, man, we hope that this world gets better. Will it? Probably not. But something we can hope, right? Anyways, with that being said, I hope that you move smooth with a purpose. I hope that you get everything that you want coming to you. Remember, at the end of the day, it's all about struggling and striving for your familia. Go out there and get it, Holmes. Don't quit it. Shit. Be committed. Because if you quit it, say, okay, you know what I mean? Then you're just as bad as the people that fired this guy. Then all of a sudden, you're going to go over there, you're going to do something. You don't want to do nothing, but you're going to have to do something. Then you're going to feel like you're a fucking poop. But if you do something, then the world's going to look at you, and then you're going to end up settled up with Leroy, and he's going to fuck you. The game just got ugly. Read between them lines. If you like this, please hit that like and subscribe with a thumbs up. If not, you can hit a thumbs down. Heavy is the head that's going to wear Guns crown. Again, condolences to the family. Respects. I'm going to put some respect on your names because you deserve it. As far as this guy goes, just like that fucking shit, I'll never agree with the black guy. I mean, the wind's blowing. Never. But in this case, there's a special place in hell for that motherfucker. You know what I mean? This is the gun. Bang, bang. And in that fashion.